Commander Zektar's mandibles clicked with satisfaction as he surveyed his prize. The human sat shackled in the center of the Korthanian warcruiser's bridge, looking remarkably unremarkable for a member of the species that had somehow carved out territory in 3 star systems. The creature was smaller than most Korthanian warriors, lacking natural armor or visible weapons. Its skin was pale and soft-looking, its movement sluggish from the neural dampeners. "This is what the Galactic Council fears?" Zektar's Lieutenant Vexka spoke with obvious disdain. "This soft thing?" The human raised his head, revealing eyes the color of Earth's oceans. When he spoke, his voice was calm despite his circumstances. "You'd be surprised what soft things can accomplish." Zektar backhanded the prisoner, his armored gauntlet drawing a thin line of red across the human's cheek. "Silence. You are here only because High Command wishes to study your species before we claim your worlds. Consider yourself fortunate. Most prisoners don't live long enough to see Korthan Prime." The human spat blood but said nothing more. His name, according to the captured records, was Marcus Chen, a low-ranking officer from some backwater human patrol vessel. Nothing special, nothing dangerous. That's what they thought. 3 days into their journey toward the Korthanian homeworld, the first anomaly appeared on their sensors. A single contact running dark, matching their course and speed perfectly. "Debris?" suggested Vexka, studying the readings. "Debris doesn't maintain formation," Zektar replied, his 4 eyes narrowing. "Signal the escort frigates. Battle stations." The Korthanian battle group consisted of 5 vessels: the flagship cruiser Bloodfang, 2 frigates, and 2 destroyers. More than enough to handle any human patrol ship foolish enough to pursue a captured officer. But as the hours passed, more contacts appeared. 1 became 3. 3 became 7. 7 became 20. "Sir," the sensor operator's voice cracked with uncertainty, "I'm reading human signatures. Multiple classes. Destroyers, cruisers, and sir, I'm detecting at least 3 Dreadnought-class vessels." Zektar felt his blood chill. Dreadnoughts were rare, expensive ships that most species built only a handful of. The humans supposedly had fewer than 10 in their entire fleet. "Impossible," he hissed. "For 1 low-ranking prisoner. They wouldn't risk—" "Sir," the communications officer interrupted, something no subordinate had ever dared do before. "We're receiving a transmission." It's addressing the prisoner directly. A new voice filled the bridge, human but artificially enhanced, carrying harmonics that seemed to resonate in the ship's hull itself. When it spoke, it was with the authority of thunder. "Marcus Chen, serial number Hotel 7749 Alpha. This is the U.S. Retribution. We have come for you." The human prisoner looked up for the first time in days, and Zektar saw something that made his combat-hardened soul recoil. Marcus Chen was smiling. "You have 10 minutes to release Commander Chen to a shuttle," the voice continued. "After that, we will take him back by force, Commander," Vexka whispered. "But the records said—" "The records lied," Marcus said, his voice now carrying a different weight entirely. "Did you really think we'd let our real identities fall into enemy hands?" Zektar's mind raced. A commander meant specialized training, special forces, black ops, but more importantly, it meant the human fleet hadn't sent a rescue force for a random prisoner. They'd sent a war fleet for one of their own. "This is Commander Zektar of the Korthanian Navy," he broadcast back, forcing authority into his voice. "This prisoner is a legitimate military capture. The Galactic Warfare Convention clearly states—" The response was not words, but weapons fire. The lead human dreadnought, a massive vessel that seemed to bend space around its dark hull, opened up with its primary batteries. The shots weren't aimed at the Korthanian ships yet. Instead, they vaporized 3 asteroids in the nearby belt, each shot placed with surgical precision. "That was our way of saying we don't care about conventions," the ship's AI announced. 9 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Zektar looked at his tactical display. 23 human vessels surrounded his battle group, and somehow, despite being detected only hours ago, they were in perfect attack formation. The lead ship, the Retribution, was a Nemesis-class dreadnought, a ship classification that supposedly didn't exist according to galactic intelligence. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, "their targeting systems have locked onto all our vessels. And sir, their weapons are charged and ready." 8 minutes passed in agonizing silence. Zektar's officers looked to him for orders, but what orders could he give? Fight 23 ships with 5? The math was brutally simple. Sir, the communications officer said quietly, the human ship is hailing us again. 2 minutes remaining, the Retribution announced. Commander Chen, prepare for extraction. Marcus Chen stood up, the neural dampeners somehow no longer affecting him. With casual efficiency, he snapped the molecular restraints that had held him for 3 days, restraints that should have been impossible to break. How? Vexka gasped. Time-release nanites in my bloodstream, Marcus explained conversationally. Standard Special Operations Kit. They've been working their way through your dampener drugs for the past 72 hours. He walked to the communications console, and somehow none of the bridge crew moved to stop him. Perhaps it was the way he carried himself now. Or perhaps it was the knowledge that 23 human warships were aimed directly at their hearts. Retribution, this is Commander Chen. I'm ready for pickup. Acknowledged, Commander. Shuttle launching now. All Corthanian vessels maintain current position and make no hostile moves. Or we will interpret any action as an attack on our commanding officer. A sleek human shuttle appeared on the view screen, approaching the Bloodfang at incredible speed. It docked with magnetic clamps that somehow overrode the Corthanian ship's security systems. As Marcus walked toward the airlock, he paused beside Zektar's command chair. Your mistake, he said quietly, wasn't capturing me. Your mistake was thinking that humans abandon our own. He looked directly into Zektar's 4 eyes. We don't, ever. The airlock sealed behind him with a soft hiss. 10 minutes later, the human fleet simply vanished, slipping away into hyperspace as silently as they had arrived. But not before the Retribution sent one final message. Tell your high command that Earth remembers. Tell them that every human life is precious to us, and tell them that the next time they take one of ours, we won't be so polite about asking for them back. Zektar stared at the empty space where the human fleet had been, his mind reeling. They had come for one man, one single officer, with a force that could have conquered 3 star systems. For the first time in his military career, Commander Zektar began to understand why the Galactic Council feared humanity. It wasn't their technology, though it was impressive. It wasn't their tactics, though they were effective. It was their refusal to let anyone face the darkness alone. And in a galaxy full of species that calculated the value of individual lives against strategic objectives, that made humans the most dangerous force in the known universe. After all, what enemy could fight an entire species that would move heaven and hell for just one of their own?